Good evening, everyone who's joined us so far. We look forward to going over a lot of wonderful opportunities that the Red Clay Consolidated School District has for your students in the upcoming school year. We have several presenters this evening. There will be a Q&A that is running concurrently with this presentation that you can put your questions in anytime that they occur to you. And we have a team of people waiting in that Q&A section of the Zoom to answer those questions live while you're asking them. If there's anything that we do not answer during the presentation, or if your question does not get answered during the presentation that you asked, you can give us a call at the Choice office anytime between the hours of generally, I believe, 8 and 3:30, and we will answer your questions. So give us a call. We're happy to talk to you. Without any further ado, though, welcome this evening to our 2025-26 choice presentation. And I'd like to hand it over to our superintendent, Dr. Darrell Green, who's going to walk us through a couple of the pieces of information you want to hear tonight.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you, Mr. Snyder. I want to take this opportunity to welcome everyone who's joining us. It appears we have roughly about 180 and counting members of the community who are joining. And as folks continue to join in, we want to thank you for taking the opportunity to get firsthand information and any questions that you may have with the upcoming choice process. So choosing Red Clay is just not a choice. It's an investment in a world of opportunities and a launch pad, again, for dreams. We're excited, again, that you're taking the opportunity to choose Red Clay. We know that there is a lot of competition out there, both internally and externally, as you make a decision on what's the appropriate learning and academic education and school environment for your child. So we do not take that lightly. And we want to take this opportunity again to welcome you to this choice information night for the 2025, 2026 or the 2026, 2027 school year.
Thank you, Dr. Green. All right, so just a little bit about our district here.
And I'll take it, Mr. Snyder. And we are the remarkable Red Clay, as we like to call it. We are the district or the state's largest public and charter school system. And we state charter school system because Red Clay is the only school district in the state that serves as a charter authorizer. Those two schools being Delaware Military Academy and Charter School of Wilmington, which puts our enrollment last year was 15,968. So we serve anywhere between 15,500 plus students, and that's pre-K to 22. We are again, diverse, large system. We have 30 schools with 32 outstanding programs. We have First State School located in Wilmington Hospital. We have a lot of coordinated and partnerships that, again, address our diverse learners across the district. We have 3 out of recognized top 5 high schools in the state. We have 3 within the last 5 years, nationally ranked Blue Ribbon schools. And we are in the process of really looking at how we can continue to lead the way in innovation and future readiness. We have certificate programs. So again, you'll get a whole host of information tonight from district office staff and personnel. Starting with our early years program, we'll share some insights across elementary schools, and then we'll conclude with our director of secondary education, giving you some insights around high school offerings. We also have questions that may be had regarding transportation. So we have our transportation director, supervisor here this evening. So again, thank you for taking the time out of your busy schedules to get firsthand information and knowledge about the choice offerings. We just ask that you be patient as we explain the process to you. And again, if questions don't get answered here this evening, our staff stand at the ready to be able to answer those questions here in the very near future. And again, thank you to the 270 plus guests that are joining us this evening. And it should be a fruitful discussion and an information session for hopefully you to answer all your questions as the choice window opens here next month at the first week in November. And Mr. Snyder, I will allow you and staff to take it from here.
Thank you, Dr. Green. All right, so we'll have some additional presenters coming up here. I just want to frame the whole conversation today. And remember, there are many, many choices you can make in the Red Clay Consolidated School District, and every family needs to look at this individually and the choice that's right for you. A choice that may be good for your family may not be good for another family. There are no, quote, good or bad schools. There are just schools that are a good or maybe less good fit for your family. So consider that when you're going through and looking. We have wonderful options. There are wonderful things going on in all of our schools. So what is school choice? It's an expanded educational option for your child beyond the schools in your attendance zone. In Delaware, we're very fortunate. You have the opportunity to select a school outside your feeder pattern. There are some places where you just go to your local school and there is no choice. Here in Delaware, there are a number of choices, especially when you get to the middle school and high school level. All Delaware residents are eligible to participate. And one of our first programs that we'd like to talk to you about this evening is our early years program. And we have Dr. Celestin here who will walk you through, the opportunity to go to this school.
Sure. Thank you so much, Sean, and good evening, everyone. The early years program is intended for children ages 3 to 5, and I'm going to just talk a little bit about a couple different pieces of that if you have young children. So we can go ahead to the next slide, and you'll see that the early years program, like I said, is for children's age 3 to 5 that have been identified with disabilities. However, we also reserve seats each year for community peers. So if you have a 3-year-old or 4-year-old or a child that will be 3 or 4 at this in September, even if they are not needing special education services, but you're interested in a community peer seat, we do have seats available at each of our 3 locations. We have the Early Learning Center, which is on Telegraph Road. We have EYP classrooms at Richardson Park Elementary in the Newport area. And then we also have EYP preschool classrooms at the Warner Elementary School in the city. And so there are those 3 options. If your child is going through an evaluation process, so sometimes I know sometimes when people have their child being evaluated to see if they need therapy services or special education services, there's some confusion about whether they need to complete anything through choice. If your child is being evaluated and they're identified as having a disability, the IEP team for your child, the staff at the early years program will walk you take your hand and help you through the whole registration process and get you set up. So if you're in that situation for your child, you don't have to enter anything during the choice process. If we go to the next slide, I just want to mention that for those community peer slots, there is a process, and it does open a little bit later than the choice window. So if we just go to the next slide, you'll see here that for children without disabilities, they submit an application for a community peer seat. Again, that doesn't start until early spring. So typically that opens in mid-March and usually closes toward the end of April. And those are for the reserved seats for children without disabilities whose families are interested in them participating in either the 3-year-old half-day program or the 4-year-old full-day program. So during this initial choice window is focusing on K to 12. However, after this initial choice window finishes, we will open up the community peer choice application for community peers that are interested in the 3 and 4-year-old program. And again, if your child has gone through the evaluation process and has been identified and needs an IEP, then the Red Clay Child Find Office would assist with enrollment and registration. You wouldn't have to go through the choice application process for that. So if you have a young child and you have questions, please just drop that in the Q&A, and I'm happy to answer any of those questions. And I'll also be on to answer any questions about special education across the district at any schools. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Dr. Celestin. We appreciate that. Next, we have Dr. Nicastro, who's our Director of Elementary Schools, and she's going to explain and talk through all the wonderful things we have going on at the elementary school level and all the choices that you have there.
All right. Good evening, everybody. Thank you for being here with us this evening. You can go to the next slide. This slide, we have 15 elementary schools in Red Clay. This slide is showing 11 of our comprehensive schools and all of our elementary schools offer the same highly qualified programs and curricula. Next slide. These 4 schools make up the 15 elementary schools in Red Clay. We have Shortridge and Warner, which are considered a community campus, where Shortridge serves students in grades K through 2 and Warner serves students in grades 3 through 5. Also on this, you're seeing Marbrook and Lewis dual language elementary school. Marbrook accepts choice for both traditional elementary classes as well as Spanish immersion. in grades K to 5, and Lewis Dual Language also accepts choice. It's a school-wide Spanish immersion program, and accepts choice K to 5. Both Marbrook and Lewis will accept choice in K and 1 through the choice website and choice process. They can accept students in grades 2 through 5, but you need to call the school because there is a language component that is needed, and maybe some assessments may be done. So if you have a student in grades incoming 2nd through 5th grade with Spanish language background and you're interested in either Marbrook or Lewis, please call those schools to inquire. But grades K and 1, there does not need to be any language, Spanish language background to choice in to Marbrook or Lewis in grades K and 1. Both of these schools also have a open house coming up in December, so we hope you consider checking both of the schools out. Lewis is December 2nd and Marbrook December 3rd. All of our schools offer unique programming. We have talented and gifted in all of our schools, which serves the top 8 to 12% in grades 3, 4, and 5. Band and orchestra is offered in all elementary schools to grades 4 and 5. And then arts. We believe arts play a vital role in the education of our students, and students have visual arts, music, library, and physical education classes in all of our elementary schools. All of our schools also have technology. All kids have access to that, K to 5. And our elementary schools do not, besides Marbrook and Lewis, who do have a scheduled open house for their immersion programs. The rest of our elementary schools do not offer an open house night, but they will offer tours. So if you're interested in visiting and learning more about any of our elementary schools, please call the school and set up a tour at the school, and they'll be happy to do so. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Castro. Up next, we have Mr. Mark Pruitt, who is our Director of Secondary Schools, and he's going to talk to you about, a lot of programming that we have available at the middle school and high school level, including some exciting new programming that we started last year and are expanding this year.
Thank you, Sean. Before I share information about our middle and high school programming, it's important that we review and explain innovation changes that we are making to middle and high school programming that will be effective in August of 2027. Next slide. This past July, the Red Clay Consolidated School District School Board approved the plan for the following, which included the following core principles. Changing of high school attendance zones to create straight line feeder patterns that align with our existing middle school attendance zones. That they would also in developing high school attendance zones that create an equitable distribution of enrollment across the attendance zone high schools. And then within these changes to high school attendance zones, ensure that all students have access to high quality academic and extracurricular programming. Next slide. The plan involves two substantive changes. Number one, Thomas McCain High School will be reimagined as the Thomas McCain Innovation Campus. Beginning in August 2027, the McCain campus will provide career and technical education programming, industry standard credentialing coursework, and early college credit opportunities through expanded partnerships with the business community and local colleges and universities. This program will exist for all students who attend AI DuPont High School and the John Dickinson High School, as they will provide short shuttle bus runs throughout the day for those students to attend the Innovation Center. This means that the number of comprehensive high school attendance zone schools will be reduced from 3 to 2, Alexis I. DuPont High School and the John Dickinson High School, which will allow for increased enrollment and a more robust academic and extracurricular offerings at those two schools. Going along with this, the Meadowood program at McCain will relocate to AI DuPont High School, and the adult education program at AI will relocate to the Thomas McCain Innovation Center. Next slide. At the Innovation Center, AI High School and Dickinson students will earn high school credits that include related co-op opportunities, industry standard credentialing, and dual enrollment college coursework in the following in career areas such as education, healthcare, engineering, architecture, and automotive, digital technology, including computer networking and cloud security certifications, the business industry, entertainment and hospitality, and natural resources, including veterinary and plant science. Next slide. To allow for increased high school enrollment at the John Dickinson School, the second change involved the relocation of the district's International Baccalaureate Middle Years program, that is middle school grades 6, 7, and 8, from Dickinson to Skyline Middle School. Next slide. Having gone through these changes, here are the choice options for programming through with this winter's state choice application for next school year. When starting this process of finding a secondary school, I encourage everyone to start with your comprehensive attendance zone school. Attend the open house, visit the website, and contact the school principal. Interest in your comprehensive attendance zone school involves no further choice application, paperwork, or registration. Families may also use the choice process to select another comprehensive school that is not their attendance zone school. First, AI DuPont Middle School is an AVID school, which means advancement via individual determination, where teachers are trained to have students take ownership in learning. Secondly, beyond outstanding core academics, HB focuses on extracurricular participation with highly successful co-curricular programs and an interest-based advisory program built into the school day. Skyline also embraces strong after-school programming such as athletics, a STEM club, a science club, and a yearbook club, just to name a few. Most notably, Skyline offers an outstanding mentoring program through its partnership with Goldie Beacom College. Beyond its student-centered core academic program, Stanton has developed an outstanding career and technical education programming. Programs in business include marketing, accounting, and finance, and ag science programs include plant and animal science classes to promote exploration and interest. Next slide. The following schools are magnet schools for interested middle school families. These programs target specific student interests. It's important to note that students should have an interest in the programming when applying to one of these magnets. Brandywine Springs School has established the Leadership Academy at the center of its programming. In addition to the academic schedule, students participate in activities designed to promote social skills, positive mindsets, and resilience. Beyond outstanding core academics, Cab Calloway Middle students participate in 3-year majors in dance, digital media and communication arts, instrumental music, piano, strings, technical theater, theater arts, visual arts, and vocal music. Students completing a choice application for Cab Calloway must meet the rubric requirements of the performance-based assessment to enter the lottery. Conrad Middle offers an accelerated math program, exploratory courses in bioscience and allied health fields, and extracurriculars aligned with that magnet. Students completing a choice application must meet the rubric requirements of interest and aptitude in science and math. The IB Middle Years program, currently at the John Dickinson School, comprises a curriculum framework of 8 subject groups, providing a broad and balanced education for early adolescents. Remember that this program will relocate to Skyline Middle School in August of 2027. And middle school Spanish immersion, the middle school Spanish immersion program at Skyline deepens language skills and cultural competencies through Spanish literacy courses and social studies courses taught in Spanish. Students engage in lit circles, research Hispanic culture, and participate in a virtual cultural exchange with a school in Latin America. Interested families should apply through choice and select Skyline Middle School and then choose Spanish immersion. Again, when starting your journey of finding a high school, it's important to start with your comprehensive high school. Interest in your high school involves no further choice it does not involve a choice application. AI High's comprehensive programming allows students to select academic and elective offerings aligned with their interests and post-secondary plans. In addition to its long history of excellence, AI has started new programs this current last year. They now offer a gaming administration pathway to go along with their esports lab and an allied health pathway that provides students industry standard credentials through Dell Tech in healthcare careers where there's a labor market need. Most notably, AI is one of 2 campus sites of Red Clay's Early College Academy, which I will get into momentarily. In addition to the middle school program, the John Dickinson School includes a comprehensive high school program with a focus on the International Baccalaureate curriculum. A 9th and 10th grade IB prep program prepares students for the prestigious diploma program and prepares students to excel in careers and lead meaningful lives. McCain High School is an avid school that hangs its hat on college and career readiness. Their three-year career pathways include outstanding programming and facilities in auto technology, manufacturing and engineering, culinary, animal science, plant science, teacher academy, early childhood, marketing, audio, radio, and technology, and a Dell Tech patient care program. McCain is currently the 2nd site for the Early College Academy. Reminder that McCain choice students will need to make an additional choice selection 1 year from now, or will be reassigned to their new attendance zone while also taking courses at the McCain Innovation Center in August 2027. 2 years ago, Red Clay launched its Early College Academy in partnership with Goldie Beacom. The Academy offers high school students to earn up to 30 college credits while in high school. The Early College Academy is available at AI High and McCain High School. The program starts with a 9th grade boot camp course preparing students for the challenges of college coursework. During 10th and 11th grade, college courses are integrated into the high school schedule. And in the senior year, students spend every other day on Goldie's campus taking courses taught by college faculty members. This program is designed to fit within the high school instructional day, allowing students to participate in traditional high school experiences such as co-curricular and extracurricular activities. When applying to ECA, families should select either Thomas McCain High School or Alexis I. DuPont High School and then choose Early College Academy. Reminder that the McCain Early College Academy students will be relocated to the Early College Academy at AI High School in August of 2027. Next slide. Following schools are magnet schools for interested high school families. Again, these programs are targeted in nature based on interest and aptitude and include a supplemental assessment. Beyond outstanding core academics, Cab Calloway High School students participate in 3-year pathways in dance, digital media, and communication arts, instrumental music, piano, strings, technical theater, theater arts, visual arts, and vocal music. Students completing the choice application must meet the rubric requirements of the performance-based assessment to enter the lottery. Conrad High School students participate in a 3-year pathway in biotechnology, biomedical science, computer science, nursing, physical therapy and athletic healthcare, and animal science. Students completing the choice application must meet the rubric requirements of interest and aptitude in science and math to enter the lottery. Next slide. Red Clay is home to 2 charter schools that manage their own school choice application processes. The Charter School of Wilmington serves as a national leader in STEM education to prepare students to thrive both individually and as responsible global citizens through science, math, and technology education. And the Delaware Military Academy is the only public charter high school in the United States based on the traditions, values, and ideals of the U.S. Navy. Students enrolled are active members of the Naval Junior Reserve Officer Training Corps program and learn through a structured, traditional military school environment. For more information on these charter schools, visit their school websites or contact the schools directly.
Thank you, Mr. Pruitt. All right, so let's go through some of our processes now that we've learned about all of our choices. Here is, so how to apply for school choice. Step one, mark your calendar. On Monday, November 3rd, school choice opens officially. And it's every year on the first Monday of November is when this process opens. This year, it's the 3rd. Now, there is no benefit in being the first person to put your application in, but I do think it's important to get an early start on the process in case there are any problems and you need tech support through the process. So we do encourage you to get to there early rather than wait till January. So step two is to pre-register. Your child must be registered in a Delaware public school or pre-registered in their attendance zone feeder pattern school. So whatever school they would go to without engaging with school choice. You can do this all online. Apply online at redclayschools.com/registration. If that doesn't work, you can stop by any of the schools and you can ask them, hey, I need to ready to pre-register for my for school choice. But the easiest way to do it will be online. And then once again, step three, you will apply for school choice, and you will do that online at schoolchoicede.org. Or you can submit a paper application to the Red Clay Choice Office, which is the little building right next to Brandywine Springs School. So why apply online? And we encourage you to, if you can make the online work for your family, we highly encourage you to use the online portion because it's going to be easier to communicate through that for us and for you. So you get immediate application confirmation. So once you submit, you'll get a follow-up email that says, hey, we've got your application. You'll get email notifications through the process. There's an ability for you to easily change your school priority before the deadline, and I'll explain priorities in a little bit later in the presentation. You can manage all applications and children through one account. As Mark mentioned earlier, if you were to apply to Wilmington Charter or Charter School of Wilmington, they have a different, completely separate choice process. But you can manage both of those through this portal. If invited, you can accept online by simply pressing a button. And online applications are also available in Spanish. So tips for applying online. Use your email address as your username. We highly recommend this for this process because it's just easy to remember. Keep your password in a safe place. That's a good rule for any passwords. You must check the certify box on the last screen. If there is a mistake in this process, it's often that on the very last screen before you submit. There is a little box you must check and it won't let you submit it until you've checked that box. We recommend that you print or write down your confirmation number, snap a picture of it with your phone. However you keep track of things like this, we highly recommend that you write that down in case there is an issue later, you have a reference number. And if you do not receive a confirmation email, your application was not submitted properly. So if you do this whole process, you get through it and you think, oh, I'm done. And then within, 10, 15 minutes, there's no email that's shown up to confirm that. You may want to give us a call, or you may want to go and log back in and look at your application and see, did I submit it or did I miss that last final certification box step? All right, so how are school choice invitations decided? So there is a list of preferences to rank these students in order that are part of state law. So returning students. So if I'm currently a student, I'm a freshman at Cab Calloway School of the Arts. Obviously, we reserve enough spots for all those freshmen to continue to be sophomores at Cab Calloway School of the Arts. Students applying for a program who live within the school's attendance zone is the next group. Next is in-district siblings of returning in-district students. Then in-district students. And then finally, out-of-district siblings of returning out-of-district students. And the last one is just straight up out-of-district students. The vast majority of students that use school choice in the Red Clay School District are Red Clay students. But it's a vast majority of these choice students are within the district choosing a different school outside their feeder pattern. The processes are right here. So there is what we refer to as a lottery process, and it truly is a lottery. So step one, choice applications. All applications are submitted between the dates of November 3rd and January 14th. And it is a hard stop, I think at 11:59 p.m. January 14th. Once the clock strikes midnight, it is closed and there is no way for us to reopen. It's actually a different organization that runs this lottery. Your lottery number, all eligible applications are assigned a computer-generated random number. And we have no control or oversight of that process here in Red Clay. We use a different organization, as do, I believe, every other school in Delaware uses that organization as well. Preference sorting. All applications are sorted by preference and lottery number. Because when you do this process, you can pick up to 3 schools. And they're sorted in that order of what you pick. Invitations, the number of invitations offered by school grade level in preference/lottery number order until all seats are filled. So the priority order of schools. In this process, you can select up to 3 schools, and they are processed in order listed on the application. So that is completely up to you and your family. If you decide, okay, I want my first choice to be AI High School, my second choice to be the John Dickinson School, and my third choice to be Conrad School of Sciences. And then we go through that, you get into AI High School, you get a good number, we call you, and then you're like, but I also put down Conrad, did I get in there? You don't get 3 spots. You get spots in the order that you pick. So if you are selected by the first school you chose, there aren't spots saved for you for the other 2. So make sure you list that priority in the order that you want. It's not 3 random schools. It is in the order that you desire. So here's a scenario. Scenario 1, they do the lottery. First choice invited. Second choice, lottery stops for second choice and third choice. Scenario 2, I'm waitlisted on my first choice, but I got invited to my second choice, and then the lottery stops for third choice. Scenario 3, I'm waitlisted on my first choice. I'm waitlisted on my second choice, but I was invited to my third choice. So I still got one of my 3 choices. It's also possible you could, depending on what choices you make, get waitlisted for all 3. There is no guarantee that you're going to get any of the 3 choices, depending on availability in those programs that you have selected. All right, invitation. Can only receive an invitation for one Red Clay school. Now, you could receive invitations for schools outside of the Red Clay school district, and then you have a decision to make as a family, and then let the other school district know that you are going there or not going there. And these wait lists are maintained until the first day of school. Once the first day of school starts, there is no real, the wait list is dissolved. There's no wait list any longer. All right, student transportation. And we have Ms. Shahan on this call right here. If a choice invitation is accepted, it is the parent's responsibility to get their students to the assigned bus stop or school. Bus information will be distributed in August. There is a link here for the choice magnet hub stops. And then Kelly, what words of wisdom or additional information do you have for our audience for this?
Sure. Thanks, Sean. Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for attending this very important choice meeting. I can't emphasize enough how important it is for you to be informed before you accept any choice placement. The good news is, if you decide to send your student to a school that is not your attendance zone school, you will have some choice transportation bus stop options. However, they will not be the same stops that you would have been assigned if your child was going to their attendance zone school. On the slide before you, as Sean mentioned, there's a link to a picture of the only guaranteed hub stops for choice. These are the only stops that are guaranteed every year. There are a few other stops, but they change from year to year depending on student attendance and student bus ridership. So if one of the stops on the website in that link will work for you, then you don't need to do anything further. Go ahead, accept any placement you want. If one of those stops will not work for you, I strongly encourage you to please send me an email. My address is on the slide, and list your child's name, your address, and the schools you're interested in, so then I can do some research on your behalf and get back to you with some information about some possible other options you might have. And then you can see and decide if they will work for you, so you can make an informed decision. Because I cannot stress enough how important it is for you to understand your options before you accept placement. Because when you accept placement, you're essentially saying that you will get your child to the assigned stop or to school. And the last thing any of us want is for you to accept placement, and then in August, when we send out the transportation bus information, you realize you are unable to either walk to the stop, drive to the stop, or drive to school. So please be informed, reach out to me, call our office. The phone number is on the slide. Ask to talk to any specialist about choice bus stops, and we will be happy to help you so you can make an informed decision before accepting placement. Thank you.
Thanks. And they're great over in transportation. They are there. They will answer your questions. They're super knowledgeable. So any questions you do have, they are prepared to answer. All right. So a couple of, we decided to put some of these on here because they are common questions. So I'm looking for an answer. Do I need to pre-register at my attendance zone school? Yes, online preferably. But if you need to go in person because you're unable to do it online, you can do that. I received an invite to my first choice school, but no information is listed for my second and third choice. Well, we went over that a little bit ago. You only get one of the three. So, you know, if you get your first choice, there aren't spots for you at the other two schools. My child has an IEP or a 504. Can they still apply for choice? Will accommodations be considered for assessments? The answer to that is yes, they can definitely apply for choice. Choice was designed as a blind lottery. So we don't know if you have an IEP or a 504. We have added for the schools that have a supplemental application, which is Cab Calloway and Conrad, a box that you can choose to check that indicates that you have a 50, your student has a 504 or has an IEP, and will need accommodations for the assessment processes. And we will absolutely make sure that those accommodations are provided. But you have to tell us that through this portal, because we will not know, and we are not looking at that piece, because it is a blind lottery as designed by the state many years ago. We added this piece, though, because it is very important that students get the supports that they need through these assessments.
Dawn,
So
I'm sorry to interrupt you.
please, Liz.
There is not a box in the choice application to let us know that you have an IEP or a 504. If you are applying to CAB or Conrad and want that IEP or 504 considered, please contact the choice office directly.
Okay, I misspoke. I apologize. I was under the impression there was a box there. My bad. But please reach out to us and let us know that information, because we certainly want to make sure you get these accommodations for your student, because they are important. My child was placed on a wait list. When will I find out if they will get an invite? Those invitations go out within, I believe, 5 days of the board meeting that we have to approve these. Elizabeth, since you were on here, do you have that date at your fingertips, since it is not on this slide?
So we will send, hang on, I'm sorry. Let me see what you're looking at. I was starting to answer a question. So the wait list remains open until the first day of school. We continue to look at that throughout the time from the first invitations going out in February up until August to see if there's space. So if we determine that we have, say, 5 more seats at HB, we contact people. It's ongoing. There's not really a deadline to find out about that, but we do not continue to invite from that wait list once school has started.
Gotcha. So that right up until, I know we work those phones really hard through August to make sure every school is at capacity. All right. So once again, let's go over this timeline. November 3rd, first Monday in November, school choice application process opens. That runs the whole way to January 14th and closes that day right before 11:59 midnight. And then that goes to February 11th. We'll send this information to our school board. They'll review it, vote on it. And then 5 business days after that, we will send out invitations. And then August 26th, kindergarten applications accepted until the first day of school. And we'll be working those wait lists and inviting folks throughout the entire summer. as we understand better what schools have room and what schools maybe are at capacity. All right, once again, one of the best things you can do as a family to understand what your choices are, go to these open houses. And if an open house doesn't work for your schedule, call these principals and assistant principals at the building and talk to them and see if there's a different time that you could come in and speak to them, get a tour, those types of things. I know all of our principals in the district, and they love to sell their building. They love to brag on their building and talk about all the great things that are going on in their schools. So that'll be an easy sell for you to call and say, hey, is there an opportunity for me to stop by with my family and get to know Stanton Middle School a little bit better, or AI DuPont Middle School, or the Marbrook Immersion Program, things like that. And then finally, if all else fails and you need help, call us at the Choice office. We have both Mara in the front office and Elizabeth in the back office, both there waiting for you to give them a call to help you. They're super knowledgeable. They know this stuff inside and out. Even during this presentation, I misspoke, and Elizabeth knew it right away because she knows this process about as well as anybody does in the entire state. All right. So that concludes our formal slides for this presentation. However, I'm sure that several of you still have questions. Please keep those coming in the Q&A. We're going to go ahead and answer all those questions in the Q&A, so the chat's going to remain open for you to do that. But I have no more formal presentation to give you this evening. Thank you so much for joining us. We look forward to having every one of you, make a good choice here in the Red Clay School District, and we look forward to having your children in one of our great schools next school year. Have a good evening.
Sean or others, I'm not sure who's controlling the slides, maybe Phil. There's a request in the Q&A to show the open house dates on the slide again. If we can there we go. Perfect. Thank you so much.
Yep, got it. I'll leave it on that slide. That's smart. I should have left it there in the first place. have been addressed. And there are no outstanding questions. So at this time, I'm going to go ahead and close the Zoom session for the evening. Thanks everybody for your attendance. Thank you to all of our presenters this evening. And once again, if you have any other additional questions, please contact the school choice office, or if there's a particular school that you're interested in, feel free to contact that individual school. They can answer all of your questions. I do see one more. One more person has put a question that Dr. Selston is, I believe, answering right now. All right, everyone. Thank you very much. Have a wonderful evening. If you have any further questions, feel free to give us a call. Take care.